Time to talk some tripods. I want to give some first impressions on the new tripod that just showed up in the mail today, thanks to Nuggets Night Vision. But first, I'm going to go over what I've been running. This is a Slick 700. For a lower end tripod, this one's been fantastic. I would put it up against any $200 or $300 tripod any day of the week, honestly. It's been a good one. This one's, I don't know how many stands it's made, but it's been a lot. It's been in and out of the back of a truck and out of the back of the Jeep several hundred times. I mean, it's got some battle scratches and some blood and stuff on it, but it's been a good tripod. I used to run a small ball head. Actually, I probably have it somewhere. I do not. But here's one similar to it. This came off Nick's old tripod, but very similar to this. I then switched and put the Wrecking Ball by Vault Outdoors on top of this tripod, and it completely changed it, I will say that. And I also run the Triclops clamp on top of the ball head. So, like I said, this has been a great tripod, and for around that $100 mark, I don't think you can beat it, honestly. And like I said, compared to the $200 tripods, I would still probably take the Slick. Now, the new one is the FatBoy. This thing is an absolute beast of a tripod. I mean, hands down, it is awesome. It's very well made. It's all carbon fiber legs. The legs are absolutely huge on it. The feet are kind of cool. They got built-in spikes. And if you just screw this down, then the spikes come out, which is pretty cool. Don't know that I'll use them. I've never had them before, so I mean I might, but it's cool that it's built in and they're easily accessible. Other than that, this thing is very, very well made. It's got the wider plate up top. I'm going to show you real quick. I had to modify the Wrecking Ball head because the Wrecking Ball is actually made for longer studs, like what's similar to the Slick. You screw the base plate down on there, and then the stud comes up through the inside of the Wrecking Ball, and then you run a jam nut down on top of it, and that keeps your base of your Wrecking Ball from spinning. The stud on the FatBoy isn't long enough. It actually comes just perfectly flush down in there in the base of the Wrecking Ball. But it does have a little keeper. I don't know that you can see that or not, but there's a keeper right there, a little keeper pin. So what I did is I screwed the base of the Wrecking Ball all the way down, marked it with a marker, took it outside, tapped it, just put a little hole in there with a drill bit, came back in here, put some blue thread lock on there just to kind of help it out, screwed it down all the way, and then I was able to run that little keeper pin up inside that little hole that I drilled. So just a little modification to make the Wrecking Ball work. I did not want to get rid of the Wrecking Ball yet. I still like this ball head a lot, and I do know that FatBoy has a fantastic ball head out, and if it's anything like the tripod, it's probably pretty sweet. I want to show you the biggest difference that I've noticed so far. I have not had this one out in the field yet, so I don't know. I've never shot off of it. I'm still letting everything set up as far as the thread lock. So I will definitely have it out this weekend. But inside the house here, I did notice a huge difference in these two tripods. And the first, this is the main one so far. I can take my hands on here and I can just put some pressure and I can twist these legs. And I mean I can twist them quite a bit. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but they're definitely moving quite a bit. And the reason why that's important is I run my ball head tight. So whenever you're on your gun, it's almost like a 2-foot cheater pipe. It's pretty much what's on top of the tripod. And when you're panning and trying to get on the moving coyotes or trying to get on a coyote, whatever the case may be, The tighter you run that ball head, the more torque you're putting on the legs of this tripod. I want my ball head tight because whenever the coyote stops or whatever, whenever I go to shoot, I want that ball head to hold that gun still. I want to be able to turn it, let off, and the gun stay right where it's at. But you're putting a lot of torque on this. FatBoy, you can crank that ball head down because it ain't gonna move. I will show you this. So here's this one again. Minimal pressure. I'm able to twist it. FatBoy, I'm gonna grab hold of it and I'm gonna twist. And it's not moving. I mean, besides it, me wiggling the whole thing, because I'm really twisting on it, the legs are not giving. That's a huge benefit. That's a huge difference. I'm not discouraging anybody from buying the Slick. I highly recommend it, especially if you're wanting to stay around that $100 range on a tripod. It's a very good tripod for sure. Hands down, it's a great tripod. But this is $100. This is definitely not $100. It's a little bit more than $100, but it's badass, honestly. Like, so far, this thing is badass. That's all I can say. And what sold me on this is, you see a lot of people, they'll come in and they'll put all their weight and they'll hang on the tripod or whatever. I watched Ozzy, and if you guys don't know Ozzy and his team that hunts coyotes, you need to look them up because they are coyote killing machines, that is for sure. But I watched Ozzy take the tripod with the legs fully extended, wrap the strap around the top of his ball head, and literally sat down in the strap, and the tripod was completely holding off his weight, and he was actually kind of swinging back and forth. So that goes to show you how stable this tripod is. And like I said, it is very, very, very well made. It's very lightweight. I mean, I don't know without getting the scale out, but I mean, this one is not nearly as heavy, like built as heavy and stable. And I don't really know that there's a weight difference, which is pretty incredible considering how big. I mean, the bottom legs on this tripod are bigger than the top leg on this, including the foam. Like, this thing's huge. So, like I said, $100, awesome tripod. Not $100, but it's badass. So I can't wait to get it out and shoot off of it this weekend. Hopefully, some guys from Indiana are going to be coming over. So hopefully, we get several opportunities to test it out. Anyway, we are going to run some other tests between the two tripods, running the same ball head. Philip's got a few ideas on some tests that we're going to try out just to see how much difference there is on like wind and stuff like that. But as far as the shake, just the twisting of the legs, I mean, it's not even comparable, to be honest with you. It is crazy, the difference. So, first impressions of this tripod is, like I said, it's pretty sweet. Can't wait to get it out there and shoot off of it. Hopefully the first trigger pull off of it's a dead coyote, so that'll be good.